Hey guys, welcome to Breaking 80. I am yo girl Tammy. This is my buddy Joel Wilson, baby, and we will talk about our journey to go low, baby, and break 80 someday. Maybe.
Someday, if we can ever get our computers working.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. What's happening with this computer now? Can you still see me?
I can still see you.
Oh my goodness. Let me shut this down. Okay. Had another chat pop. Yes, so Yo Girl sometimes has a computer update beginning as soon as we're about to go live with our podcast. It creates some delay, roughly 8 minutes.
Yeah,
And
that's okay. Like I said, you should still be in studio, and that would help a lot.
that would help a lot. Let's get a studio in Southern California. I have one in mind. You move here, we will live happily ever after.
Yeah,
Bring your
I gotta
wife,
go.
Pat.
I gotta go on the other side, and here it was the beautiful weather here, where it was the heat index this weekend was 114 degrees.
I don't believe we have a heat index like that.
Oh, it was just that.
Oh, I was just talking to my daughter in Ohio because it's very high humidity. I'll be there playing my old home course, and that is Tanglewood in Chagrin Falls, baby. That's a fun course. I plan to break 80 there. We'll see how it goes. But we were talking about how humid Ohio is and maybe up and down the East Coast. Did you know that cornfields create humidity?
Did not know that.
I just found it out today. Corn actually sweats. And if you're in a state with lots of cornfields like Ohio, maybe Nebraska, Iowa, you're going to have more humidity because the corn actually sweats. There are corn sweats.
I did not know that. Did you know? I got one for you, and talk about completely off the rails. Or we took a left turn at Albuquerque, but we'll get back. But the South Dakota is one of the #1 producers of corn.
Well, I did not know that. So I wonder how humid South Dakota is. South Dakotans, please tell us.
Yes, exactly. And North Dakota is the #1. 90% of all canola is grown in North Dakota.
Wow.
Now let's get back to golf, right?
Fun facts, no doubt about it. How fun. Well, one fun fact in golf this week, I didn't bring up to you at pre-show or anything, but this week, Happy Gilmore 2, baby. This is my homage to Adam Sandler.
Did you see it?
Like classic. I just saw it last night. Did you see it yet?
I have not.
I won't spoil it, but I'll say it. You know what I thought was cool? It was a little bit like Full Swing, bringing in all these golf characters and stuff. I really, really liked it. I thought it was so fun. I love Adam Sandler and his love for golf.
And I found this out. Adam Sandler had a stand-in for his golf shots.
I did not know that.
Do you remember a golfer from the 90s and 2000s named Hunter Mahan?
Not really.
He's been pretty good. He was actually his stand-in for his golf.
Cool, very cool. I was watching Scotty Scheffler win the Open, and I was wondering because his swing is so crazy. It is, beautiful, crazy, #1 in the world, 148 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering if Scotty Scheffler grew up watching Happy Gilmore and maybe develop some of his swing that way.
I mean, that swing is just so, even though it is unorthodox, if you break it down, the impact, the head of the impact of the ball, everything is perfect. It's just afterwards that he has the funky, the tango, the dance that he does afterwards. But up until then, it's perfect. That's just like Jim Furyk. Furyk does that figure eight above his head. But when he comes down to impact the ball, it is.
Yeah, everything's coming through in the perfect sequence.
Yes.
I had a couple shots like that myself this week where I got my hips through first.
Did you? And did you break 80?
It was like a miracle. I hit it 230. It was so great. There was some downhill involved, but not all of it. But it definitely flew over 200 and probably rolled out, like another 20 or something.
Okay, so now the listeners want to know, what was the next shot?
The next shot was 90 yards to the green. And for whatever reason yesterday, I kept hitting my irons like 10 yards to the right of my target. Mm-hmm. So I should have parred that hole. I got a bogey. I should have birdied that hole. I should have been on in 2. And I'm a 2-putter or less. I ended up right of the hole in some thick, wet rough above the hole with a downhill chip. And all kinds of fear and anxiety making that third shot. But yeah, so the second shot was about 90 yards. I think it was actually like 80. And I shouldn't have, I hit my 9-iron, which only goes 85, but apparently I crushed it and it went 90. And now I got this downhill chip, which ended up. And that was my story yesterday. I put myself in trouble, chipping on to get close, but bogey, bogey, bogey.
So you didn't break 80.
I did not break 80. I actually shot like a 92 yesterday. I had a triple and I had a double to start because I ended up in sand. 2 shots from the sand. It's so embarrassing.
Well, I'm going to be going to Jacksonville this weekend, leaving Thursday, going to go play golf on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then come back. Just a little jaunt down to Jack's. So I'm playing one course I haven't played in about 5 years, Brentwood. Then going back to Fleming Island and playing Royal St. Augustine, where I did break 80, but they had temporary greens, so I didn't count that.
That's so much. Well, hey, you have some good memories there. That's a big help.
Yes. But I played the course a few dozen times, so I should be able to get back on. And I've been playing good lately. We'll see how it goes. I know what you're talking about. We were playing a charity event a couple Mondays ago, and I hit a beautiful drive, and we're about 100 yards to the green, and everybody's hitting the ball in there. I'm like, that's a perfect gap wedge for me. It's 100 yards, perfect gap wedge. I hit the gap wedge about 125. I flew the green, and I still haven't found the ball. Why? Now, what is it that I can't?
Every once in a while, you hit all of your potential on your approach shot, and there goes the ball.
I know, I'm looking at that thing, oh, I hit it good, and then I'm watching the green, and the ball just disappears into the woods behind it. I'm like, that's not supposed to happen, but it does. Did you have a chance to watch the 3M this weekend?
I did not get a chance to watch the 3M. I worked all weekend.
Oh, well, that's not. I know that I would hate doing that, having to watch the weekend. I'm going to be doing
You should really change the days that I work. All the golf is on the weekends.
I know. You should work Monday, Tuesday. We will just do this podcast on Saturday. How's that? While we're watching the whatever tournament it is. Tomorrow I'm doing a podcast with Rob West. He for Robert Gomez, and he did really good at the 3M like 15 years ago. We're going to be talking about that.
Cool.
He said that one of the things we're going to talk about is that Rob West told him to go for it on 18 twice on the second and third round. Both times he hit the ball in the water. And I'm going to talk to Robert Gomez. He's going to be on the podcast too. I'm going to say, why did you listen to your caddy? Why did you do that? I'm going to find out exactly the truth behind that. But going in there, Kitayama won the tournament, and he shot 25 under, barely made the cut at 5 under, then shot 20 under over the weekend. Shot a 60.
And broke, I saw he broke, yes, you're going to say it. The
He shot a 60 with a bogey on 17.
Crazy.
Yes.
That's a man on fire. Good for him.
Yes, I mean, it's crazy that you bogey the 17th hole and still shoot 60.
Crazy. And that's his second PGA Tour win throughout his career. And that led him to drop to number 53.
Yes, he is. He's 53.
So now he's in the playoffs, baby.
Yes, that's the big thing. There's one more tournament up in Greensboro, North Carolina, before the FedEx starts. And there's a lot of people jockeying for that top 70 because number 70 gets to the FedEx. Number 100 and lower, you get to retain your card. Over that, you got to work for your card. Going in yesterday, Joel Damon was 91st in the FedEx points. He's right there. He hits his approach shot on 18 in the water, takes a drop, hits his next shot in the water, ends up doing a triple bogey. He is now ranked 100th on the FedEx. He drops anything, he'll lose his card. So next week he's playing.
And you know what? We've seen him do this. Joel Damon can go low. He got a new caddy, which is heartbreaking for the fans of Joel Damon and his caddy. And but we'll see. And then he was training with the Navy SEALs or something this past year. He has so much potential. He just needs, I think he can win on the tour for sure. And I hope he does next year. Maybe he will this week.
What's the week? Yeah, I'm trying to get him on because he's a cancer survivor as I am, and I would love to. I've talked to his people and going back and forth to get him on the podcast here in the next month or so after everything is done and they're in their lull time is when we'll hopefully to get him on. One of the things that I'm looking at is there's a lot of people in that Joel Damon category where they were good, but with all these new kids coming through, I don't think they're as good as they are. So, 8 or 9 years ago, they would be ranked 70th, 50th, 60th, 70th in that rank. But with these new kids coming on who can hit the ball 340 and don't worry about the rough because they can power it through, I don't think they can compete with these young studs anymore. And that's a problem with these guys who are in their late 30s, early 40s.
And maybe they can because they've got all the calm that comes with experience. This is why Aaron Rodgers can still get a job in the NFL. But with age comes wisdom, and I think that's what keeps them competitive. So I hope that they don't give up. I hope we see Joel Damon on this tour, crushing it. And yeah, he's my pick to win it this week. He's my want to win
Well,
it.
what about Max Homa?
I love Max Homa. I guess I'd like to see all these guys on the leaderboard. Let's say that. I'd like to see them all in the top 10.
What do you think of Keegan?
Oh my God. Love me some Keegan, especially this year. Number 7 in the World Cup or the World Golf rankings now. So, I mean, Keegan, there's no controversy. The top 8 guys, the top 9 guys?
The top 6 get automatic bids.
Yeah. And the top 8 out of 9 are all Americans. Rory's number 2, so he's the only one. So yeah, Keegan's number 7, so that makes him, he's number 6 of the USA players. And he's, I keep saying he's got to play. I love to see JT up there. JT's number 4, baby. So JT's secured a spot in the Ryder Cup, and he is a gamer. So I would like to see him just keep it on.
Well, when I saw Keegan does not have a secure spot yet. Now, if he doesn't have a secure spot, does he pick himself? That's the big thing.
And and I think he's getting a lot of advice not to do it. But I think if you're one of the better chances you got to pick yourself.
Would you?
Don't be silly. I was raised humble. Can you tell? So I think in fairness, I'd have to consider my wisdom, my experience, my skill set, and where I'm playing right now. I might pick me. But there's this humility thing that we all go through, and bless his heart. But would you pick you? What would you do?
Depends. Now, if I go back, like what happened, I think Keegan was unceremoniously left off the last Ryder Cup when it was in Rome 3 years ago. And it's almost where he would say, okay, now that I'm captain, I'm doing good. I'm going to put myself on that team because I want to play. But there's also, it is hard to be a player and a captain. I mean, obviously, it's only been done a few times. And Arnold Palmer, and that's it.
Yeah.
So how difficult is it to do that? I know Gary Woodland is one of his vice captains. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
He's got some great vice captains. I think you have to start to factor in, how's everybody feeling? Do we have any injuries rolling into this? Let's all be honest. Who's playing strong? Who feels good? Do you know Beth Page? Have you played there a whole bunch? So I think you got to start factoring in some of those extra qualifiers, and maybe if Keegan's really comfortable there, maybe he's played Beth Page quite a bit.
I'm sure he has been. Being a Massachusetts boy, I'm sure he's played there more than once.
Yeah, so those are real factors because home course advantage is always an advantage. So You come on my course right now, I'm not going to give you any tips. If I've played it 1,000 times, I know where I might, maybe to be nice to you the first time, but if we're playing competitively, there's 0 tips. And I'm trying to get in your head. I might just say, oh, this is new sand. It's really heavy. Or this is some really tough sand. I might, whatever it is. Like,
I know how, you would do everything you could to distract me. I know how you are. See, that's how much I can feel the love coming right there.
I can't wait to play head to head.
It's going to be fun because you'll probably be out here and it'll be me going, this is a dog leg left, so just hit it over here. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you the water was there. My bad.
That's right. Water's at about 200 yards on the left. That's right. Yeah. So I would hold back as much as I could. So for sure.
Now we know what kind of person Tammy is. See? Now, if you want to do anything, it's 843-418-3673. Oh, and I didn't want to tell you, we had some people who had texted in who wanted to guess how long, if we had known each other, if we'd played golf together. And most of them had said we've never met. Some of them said, oh, you guys used to be apart in Ohio, you played golf, and then you got back together. To the answer to that is she lives in California. I live 2,500 miles away, and we have never met face to face in our life.
In person.
Mhm.
It's wild. But I feel so close to you.
So that's so close that you would lie about a golf course just to get the upper hand. I see that.
There's no question about it. If we're playing competitively, if we're playing for fun, I'm the first person to give you some tips like, don't make sure you don't approach on the left side of the green or whatever. You want to approach from the right.
See, she's the kind of
Relying on the dog.
she'll run over my golf ball with her cart going, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see it there. Well, it's embedded now. Have fun.
Play it as it lies.
That's right. Play it as it lies. Chris Gotterup. Let me talk about him for a second. Now, his career earnings going into the Scottish Open was 2.1 million. He had won the Myrtle Beach Classic here. He had never won anything else. 2.1 million in his career. In the last 3 weeks, he's won 2.3 million.
Wow.
He's doubled his career in 3 weeks.
Wow. And 2.1 million before that sounds like a lot of money, but these expenses that these guys are putting right back into their business of golf,
Yep.
I'm sure that it's less than half. I'm sure this guy's been on the struggle bus for a while.
Yes, he has. But he won the Scottish Open, third in the Open Championship, and he was top 10 at the 3M. Now, unfortunately, he's so far down in the player rankings for the Ryder Cup, he won't make it. But man, he's somebody who's hot. I would want him out there.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I wonder where he ranks on the golf rankings. He obviously played well in Europe, but I wonder if he has any experience in Bethpage. And yeah, I wonder how he would do in a competitive environment like the Ryder Cup. That's also a factor.
Yeah.
You playing people, really being an active audience,
That's one of the things where you don't know how they're going to react in that kind of situation. And it could be a lot of stuff. I'm going to bring up the Ryder Cup right now. Team America. Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, J.J. Spawn, who's third, Russell Henley, Bryson DeChambeau, Harris English. Those are the top 6 who get automatic. Then comes Justin Thomas, Colin Morikawa, Ben Griffin, Keegan Bradley, Maverick McNeely. So that's like the top 10. That's a pretty damn good team.
That's a really good team.
And see, Wyndham Clark is 16th. Gotterup is 20th right now. I don't know if you can go down that far and grab somebody and pass up Cameron Young and Brian Harmon, Andrew Novak, Sam Burns, Patrick Cantlay. You can't pass them up because they played consistently.
Yeah.
Man, Gotterup is on fire right now.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love to go with the fire, but you're right. There is a lot to be said for consistency as well.
I know.
And the Ryder Cup format, who's strong in a Ryder Cup format? And again, who's a gamer when you have an audience that's really, really active?
Let me ask you, if you're captain and you're playing and they're doing 4-ball, do you put DeChambeau and Scheffler on the same team?
That is a really good question.
I know.
Yeah.
Or do you put like a Xander Schauffele and a DeChambeau on the same team? I don't know.
Good. You have to see who were their matchups. So
They have Russell Henley and Harris English. Both of those guys, and I'm sorry, are the most boring players. I would put them out as a double, and the other team would just fall asleep and be down. They'd be, Henley and English be 5 up with 7 to play because the other team falls asleep.
Yeah, I guess it might be good to have a good conservative team, but if you can add pressure on every single team, someone who's a little intimidating.
Now Bryson's going to make it, but that leads me something, and you had sent me some interesting information. The LIV players, and there's some good ones out there. They're not going to be playing in the FedEx Cup, and that's a shame.
That is shame. Yeah, that is a shame. And we were talking about how they reapplied to become part of the point system for next year. We're definitely missing out on watching some of the greatest golfers in the whole world compete in the playoffs and then the FedEx Cup. However, their format, this 54-hole format, as it is now, you can't really, qualify the players in the same way.
No.
So I think if they upped their format a little bit to the standard 4 rounds, maybe they would. I'm not sure why you wouldn't add them to the world golf rankings.
But
accept it.
then you couldn't call it LIV.
Yeah,
Because
that's
LIV is Roman numerals for 54.
right. Yeah, you absolutely they kind of did that to themselves.
Yes, they did.
And I guess that's the trade-off for making $100 million
Yes.
and not having to fight to make a to make a cut and just automatically be in every week. So
I mean, money is something, and it's hard to pass out if somebody says, I'll give you $100 million, but you can never play on the PGA Tour again. It's hard not to take that. And I think some of them are looking back now and going, yeah, maybe.
yeah, I don't know that I could pass it up as well. I'd have to take the $100 million. Okay. Live, if you hear me, is this thing on? I'm open to leave nursing and come and work for you. But if I'm I mean, they do still get to play in European events. They do still get to play in, some majors that they've qualified for, or the Ryder Cup. And so I think that's just part of it. You just need to suck it up. You don't get to be part of the playoffs and the FedEx Cup every year. And that's the path that you chose. I do think if they choose to leave Live Golf, I don't see why there shouldn't be a path for them to qualify for their PGA Tour card again, which they will, and then become part of, and then just switch back to the PGA. I don't see why they're automatically ruled out for life. I think that's some spiteful nonsense.
That is. But do you make them pay a fine?
That's a very good question. I'm not sure that I would, because they're going to have to pay to qualify. I mean, they have money anyways. They were just on Live, but they're going to have to pay to join some qualifying events. I'm not sure that they should be fined. I mean, I'm not sure that the PGA should own these players for life. Like, you may never leave. You may never take a hiatus. What if they just need a year off for their health? And that happens.
Well, how about this? If you're Live, would you fine them for saying, hey, we gave you $100 million so you could be here, and you took the money, you play for a couple of years, and then you leave us? You owe us the money back.
Yeah, well, and that's like their contract structures.
Uh-huh.
How are their contracts structured? Do you remember Ricky Williams? Was he on Miami when he decided he was like, I spent the summer in Hawaii and I discovered marijuana, and now I decided that's what I want to do with my life. And then the Dolphins were like, bro, you actually have a contract you have to complete, or you owe us like $5 million. And he was like, oh, I'll be there in August. So
exactly.
I'll be at training camp. I just decided I don't want to give you back $5 million. And those are all, I don't remember how much money it was. So he was back. He's finished his contract, probably smoked weed every day. And he's maybe in Guyana Beach in Hawaii now. So,
but that's one of the things where these guys are taking the money, the Live company, the organization is like, well, we gave you this money. You have to stay for X amount of time. I think it's a big mess up right now. We got to figure out something to get these people back.
Yeah. It would be nice if, that would be nice. But again, I could see 0 fine. Their penalty is you have to play out your contracts and Live. And if you signed a 10-year contract and that's the bulk of your prime, that's kind of on you. So, but you did get $100 million. I don't feel bad for them. We still get to see them play a little bit. It's a path that they chose.
Yep.
I'd like to see them on the TGL. However,
when's that start up again?
I think it starts well at the end of the year. Yeah, double check for us. I want to say November, December.
I love that. It's very interesting because when we're doing our podcast and I'm like, I just can't get into this. And you're like, you got to watch this, Joel. And I'm like, no, I can't get into this. And then I flipped it on. And the next one was like, I can't get enough of this.
I can't wait to see it. I realized that I needed golf so badly in the middle of winter until the PGA started again. So
they don't have this season out yet.
Yeah, I can tell you right now that this season of golf is ending way too soon. Time is going by so fast. Ryder Cup is going to be here in September. And then what? We all go on vacation and work on our own games?
No, actually, September, October, November is a busy time for me. I will be doing in that time frame probably about 13 charity golf events here in the Myrtle Beach area. Myrtle Beach, Jacksonville, and in Charlotte.
Wow, that's awesome.
So
In October, I'll be in Maui playing, I think it's the Kahalui golf course, the plantation course that they play, that they kick the PGA Tour off in January. So I just booked my round for that. I booked 2 rounds there.
okay, wait, I'm
Guess
not
what?
checking. I don't see my invitation. You must have forgot to send me my invitation.
You're right, I did. Gosh, next time though, next time. Yeah, the plantation course, the one that the pros play. I can't wait. Guess how much the round costs for 2 people?
More than $20.
More than 20 bucks. It was like $1,200. It was 12 something. And I'm playing it twice because if you're going to go, you should play it twice. And I cannot wait. And you have to book, you cannot book greater than 90 days out, but I had an alarm set on my phone for the 90-day out mark. And I booked it at 90 days out. And there were a lot of tee times. So maybe they're booking up now, but I can't wait. Maui, here I come. Plantation course in October.
We will have to do a podcast from there since we did the podcast in Nevada. A podcast from there. However, what time is that going to be? For me,
You're like 8 hours behind you.
I know you're going to have to get up like at 3 a.m. No, you're like, Joel, you're going to have to be up at 2 a.m. just to do the podcast with me.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We'll do it at like, I think my tea times are like 10 a.m. So I didn't have to wake up too early. I can hit the range, the practice range, whatever they got going on there, grab my bevies for the round and take some photos, get good and settled. So yeah, 10 a.m. is my tea time. So
That's 8 a.m. for 8 p.m. for me. No, that's 6 p.m. for me.
6 p.m. Yeah. So you can we'll just podcast 6 p.m. your time. You work around the clock. It should be fine.
I do work around the clock, which is a problem. Once I get into this, I figured I can get into doing golf and I can play golf all the time. And now I don't get to play golf because I'm too damn busy.
I get that. Yesterday when I was playing, I remembered my first day of the week, if I'm going to play 3-4 days in a row, which traditionally I've done for a long time, the first day is always my worst day. And I've always said that first day, worst day, it's fine. Each, subsequent day, I play better. Well, maybe not progressively better, but I always play better than the first day. And so I'm going to go back out there again today because I'm missing that back-to-back golf.
Oh, yeah.
And I realize that's really the path forward to break 80. You got to do it day to day.
My problem is I'll go out there and I'll play this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I won't play again for 2.5 weeks. And then I'll play a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I'm still mid 80s and I only play 4 or 5 times a month. That's it.
And that's actually really, really great. I'm comfortable mid 80s. I didn't care for that 92 yesterday. I'm going to go out and play much better today. I got the crew together. Birdie shots, baby. It should be a lot of fun for sure. And so.
Now, let me ask you a question. I know that when I'm going out to play a round of golf, I will go there and just pick out a pair of shorts and a shirt and throw everything on. Hat matches, hat maybe match, hat maybe doesn't match. I don't give a damn. I'm guessing that you put a little bit more time into your outfit than we do, don't you?
A little bit more time for sure. I like to be cute. I am a girl, and not all girls may be this way. I like a bit of fashion with my golf for sure. Although I'll be honest, there are days that I roll out and I'm like, you know what? We wear hats here. We're not doing our hair. We're just throwing it in a ponytail, and that's fun too. But yeah, baby, I love me some girl golf fashion for sure. Got to have the matching glove. I'm into the Sunday Red brand for my golf gloves. They're like $50 gloves, but
Wow.
they're really nice leather. They wear really well. And so I'm into all that.
Now, I will say that you looked very good when you did at the start of your round in Nevada. Okay. It was like 103 degrees or whatever it was. And people who saw the podcast said, yeah, my gorgeous woman, she's going to be out there. But you should have seen the picture that she sent after the round of golf. You looked like you fought a grizzly bear in a humid environment. I mean, you looked, I hate to say this, you looked run down.
Oh man, was I? That was survival golf. It was 107 degrees in the desert. ice rags around my neck, just wet ice towels dripping down my shirt, water stains from my dirty towel, and then my face was beet red, and that was intense golf.
Oh, now, do you like to do that, or would you rather play where it's like 49 degrees and it's cold? If you have the two.
7.
Oh, okay, there you go. That took her nothing to figure that one out. Give me 110 degrees and I'll do it every day of the week.
Yeah. But I grew up in Ohio. We played in the cold. We would play in the 40s, did not care for it. Warm packs all over the body.
Yep.
And yeah, that's intense golf. It's hard to move when your body moves slowly. And for those of you who don't know, I also have a history of hunting, like being out in the woods in the ice cold, frigid Januaries. And I prefer to hunt in the fall as well, not the middle of January. However, if you don't get what you're going for, you continue all season. But I do know from all of this experience with golf, with hunting, with growing up in the woods, in Ohio in a real way, playing outside every day, your body slows physically.
Yes, it does.
In the cold. And it's just like, I remember being out in like real snowy winters and you think you're moving your hand fast and it moves slow. And if we have listeners in other countries, maybe you guys text in and verify being out in the snow and the cold like that, the body slows down.
Yes, it does.
That's much harder to hit a golf ball, in my opinion.
It is. Now, I know that when I grew up in Springfield, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, and Ohio State, they had heaters sometimes in the golf carts, little portable heaters.
That's cool.
Now, that's cold.
I've seen people with their enclosed golf carts. I've never had a golf cart personal enough or the money to just bring a wrap to the course. But yeah, I've seen these heaters and these personalized carts that they bring in. If you live on the course and you can just roll your own cart over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that quite a bit.
So you're going to be heading out to the course here.
That's right.
Meanwhile, I'm stuck here.
We're going to break 90 today, but I think I can get low 80s. We'll see if I break 80. I think I need a couple more days in a row to break 80.
My goal is to shoot lower than the temperature. How's that?
Okay.
Which means all I have to do is shoot like a 106 today and I'd be good.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, that'll be my goal. And actually, I think that we're mid 80s today. We're in kind of a cool stretch here. It's been a mild summer here. It's been like mid 80s for a while. This week it's going to heat up to the 90s, but I'll be back to work tomorrow. So I'll miss some of that before I head to Ohio.
So you're bragging, trying to get me to move out there, saying, look at the weather here. It's beautiful.
It's pretty nice. It's a dry heat, baby.
Need me a podcast studio in Temecula. How's that?
Oh, I got one. I got one for you.
She goes, I got it set. Just get your ass out into the weekend. It's
Yeah.
Sounds good. We're going to wrap this one up. These are always fun. Yes.
There you go, baby. Watch your Happy Gilmore too. That is quacktastic. That's your Billy Madison quote.
This is Joel Wilson. I'll see